OTAs are coming up this upcoming week for the San Francisco 49ers, so fittingly on today's show, I am giving you a Niners OTAs preview. Everything you need to know, top storylines, and the top players to watch on this Niners team. As for the OTAs schedule, right after Memorial Day weekend, the Niners hit the practice field at the SAP Performance Center in Santa Clara. OTAs getting underway May 27th, May 28th. So back-to-back practice sessions. Then they're back on the field after our rest day on May 30th. Then they get back at it June 2nd and the 3rd, then June 5th. And then mandatory minicamp for San Francisco will be June 10th and June 11th. A big storyline for the Niners as compared to previous years. And you think about all of the contract extensions that have been signed over the last few years. Fred Warner in 2020, George Kittle in 2020, Fred Warner 2021, Deebo Samuel 2022, Nick Bosa 2023, Brandon Ayuk in 2024. Before that, there was the Jimmy Garoppolo offseason, although he signed that in February. But a big storyline for the Niners, finally no contract drama during OTAs for the first time in a long time. That is very refreshing. The Niners have made it a point to get these deals done so that they could focus on football. A year after they were 6-11, when these contract issues really bled into the season, and I thought it impacted their play. So San Francisco has locked up their key pillars. I don't expect any other big money deals to the likes of Brock Purdy, George Kittle, and Fred Warner. You can throw out a Colton McKivitz or a Jawan Jennings, but those deals will pale in comparison to these contracts here on your screen. What I want to hear with OTAs getting underway is that the rookie defenders are ready to contribute. I think there is a real chance that under Robert Saleh, as he comes back to San Francisco, that C.J. West, Alfred Collins, Maliek Williams, Nick Martin, and Upton Stout could be starters this year for this defense. Why do I think that? Because I think that they can be the best players at their respective positions. They all played a lot in college. They're all athletic freaks. They all bring a level of physicality that I think translates to the NFL level. I like their scheme fits, and frankly, I really like the players. And so I want to hear that these rookie defenders are ready to let it rip. Number two, that Christian McCaffrey, the 2023 Offensive Player of the Year, who had more than 2,000 all-purpose yards, who finished top 5 in MVP voting, has a good bill of health, and he looks good because he is critical to this Niners offense. I also want to hear that Ricky Pearsall going into year 2 maybe bulked up a little bit, but that didn't impact his speed, and he is ready to take a leap. That's especially important because Brandon Ayuk might miss half of the year. I want to hear that Brock Purdy is slinging that rock. Brock, you don't have to worry about the contract. You signed it. You got $181 million in total guaranteed money. You are a rich man. You have gone from one of the most affordable contracts in the NFL, the biggest bargain in the league over the last couple of years, to being a top 10 highest paid quarterback. You are the franchise guy. Now it's time to continue your development, play very well, and now that you don't have to worry about the money and the contract, your focus is solely on football, and I want to see that translate to elite play. And then number 5, what I want to hear is that Trent Williams, who we have not heard a peep from all offseason, is also ready to go. He was at the first OTA session back a few weeks ago when he usually doesn't attend an event like that. I want him back at OTAs here. I want this Niners team with the first stringers getting those valuable practice reps in so that they can hit the ground running here in 2025. And the Niners, a lot of their success hinges on Trent Williams being healthy at that left tackle spot. A lot more to get to here with our OTAs preview, but I want to hit this. New subscribers picked up this week. We are getting beaten by Seattle Seahawks today. It's the week 1 opponent. That's a hostile rivalry, one of the best and most heated rivalries in the NFL. Hit that subscribe button if you want Niner shows every single day. I guarantee you, you're not going to regret that decision. and let's take down the fraudulent Seahawks. As for some position battles to watch, who will start at left guard for San Francisco? The Niners brought back Ben Bartch, who, before he got hurt, played well in the place of Aaron Banks. Nick Sakel is going to have an opportunity there. 7th-round pick out of Iowa, Connor Colby, played left guard in college. He's going to have an opportunity. So, too, is Spencer Burford, who's going into a critical year. Which player is going to take the bull by the horns and claim that starting left guard spot? Along the offensive line, does Jake Brendel get challenged? The Niners have said there could be a little bit of a competition there. I don't think that Brendel is a starting caliber center in this league. I think when you match him up against very good defensive tackles, he doesn't have a good anchor. He gets pushed around too much. Last year, he committed way too many penalties. I know that he was dealing with some knee tendonitis issues, but while some of the numbers were good, the eye test to me is not good enough. The pass blocking grade ranked 51st among 64 centers last year. 26 pressures given up, right up the gut. I mean, there was pressure right in Brock Purdy's face. 26 pressures. That ranked 58th. He had 10 penalties. That was second to last in the NFL. The overall grade, not awful. Starting caliber, 23rd among 64. But the pass blocking grade, the pressures, the penalties, not good. The run blocking grade was solid at 71.6. But when you sign your quarterback to a contract extension, you need to keep him upright. And oftentimes last year, Jake Brendel was getting pushed into the lap of Purdy, or he was getting run by. And so will it be Matt Hennessy? Can Drake Nugent challenge Jake Brendel for that role? We will see, because as we know, Kyle Shanahan and the Niners, they really like Brendel. Another position battle here, it's going to involve two positions. It's the two linebacker spots around Fred Warner. We know that Fred Warner is in the middle, but who's going to be the starting weak side linebacker? Who's going to be the starting strong side linebacker? I think rookie Nick Martin can play either of those positions. It's really going to depend on preference here for Robert Saleh. Does he want Nick Martin on the strong side or the weak side? Does he want D. Winters on the weak side or the strong side? Could we see an upset? And could we see a Luke Gifford, who's been a special teamer, a Tatum Bethune, 7th-round pick from 2 years ago, a Stone Blanton, a Jalen Graham, a Curtis Robinson, who had a good camp last year, make some headway to challenge for some starting snaps? The cornerback, safety, and defensive line rotation. What I mean here is at the cornerback spot, is Robert Saleh going to have Deommodore Lenoir and Renardo Green on the outside with Upton Stout in the slot? Is Deommodore Lenoir going to play inside where he's elite and he's very good on the outside, and then somebody else plays on that outside role? Renardo Green, I have a lot of confidence in him. Really good player. Deommodore Lenoir is an excellent player too. I think this right here, this cornerback trio, is the best trio, and it's the best three players that you can have at that cornerback spot. And I think Upton Stout can surprise a lot of people. I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do. At the safety position, Maliek Mustafa had to undergo that ACL surgery. Not a full tear, but the graft that was in his knee for the ACL that he tore in 2022 got re-injured in week 18, And so he's going to miss some time to start the year. The leader in the clubhouse right now to start alongside Ji'Ayir Brown, who has to rebound from a bad year too, is Jason Pinnock. But you also have the rookie and Marquis Siegel, who can really run, 4.3, 4.4 guy. Richie Grant is another guy who could take that spot as well. But that position opposite of Ji'Ayir Brown up for grabs. And then along the defensive line, I think that Maliek Williams, C.J. West, and Alfred Collins have an opportunity to start alongside Nick Bosa. But will Robert Saleh play three rookies as starters along that defensive line? I think they're the best players. We'll see if they can earn those roles. And then at number 5, kickers and punters, they are people too. Will Jake Moody get pushed? The Niners have brought in some competition to push Jake Moody. It's not the competition that I like. Greg Joseph is being brought in as the veteran kicker to challenge Jake Moody, but his career numbers have not been good. I would have brought in Nick Folk. Nick Folk is older, but he's been the most accurate kicker in the NFL the last 2 years, and he's been good from 50+. Greg Joseph, he's been awful from 50+. There's Kenneth Almendarez, who the Niners brought in for a tryout during rookie minicamp. We'll see if he's on hand for OTAs, but he was the winner of the Lou Groza Award last year at Louisiana for the Ragin' Cajuns for the best kicker in college football. Bigger dude who's like 240, 250, but he can really kick it. Today's show, still more to get to. Let's take a moment to thank our friends at PrizePicks for making today's 49ers report possible. Get $50 when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive that $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Think about what's happening right now. Baseball, hockey playoffs, basketball playoffs. You can cash in on the basketball and hockey playoffs with PrizePicks. Don't miss your last chance to add your favorite players from the court or the ice to your PrizePicks lineup, whether it's points, rebounds, assists. Take your pick of more or less for your shot to win up to 2,000 times your money. You can turn your playoff hot takes into tickets for basketball's championship series, where PrizePicks will enter you in the Takes to Tickets sweepstakes, which could get you in a +1 on a VIP trip to the ship. PrizePicks is the best place to win cash while watching sports, so join the millions of users and sign up today. Every Tuesday, there's the Taco Tuesday special, 15 to 25% off. And this is how the game works. Let's go Julius Randle. More than 32.5 points, rebounds, and assists against Oklahoma City. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. More than 44 points, rebounds, and dimes. And then Naz Reid, more than 6.5 boards and assists. It's as easy as that. So download the app, create an account, pick more, pick less, choose more or less. Get $50 when you play $5 at prizepicks.com/CLNS. As for my OTAs players to watch, a lot of rookies here because they are going to need to play sizable roles in 2025. So I'm looking at Maliek Williams, Alfred Collins, Upton Stout, Nick Martin, and CJ West. Those rookies take precedent in where my attention is going because I think that they can start for this defense, and frankly, I think they might need to start for this defense. Other players who I just want to watch because I'm intrigued by their games, Jordan Watkins, 4.3 guy out of Ole Miss, one of the more explosive wide receivers in college football last year. Jordan James, a 5th-round pick, who's a classic. Kyle Shanahan, Bobby Turner, Niners type of running back. Can he challenge Isaac Guerendo for RB2 carries? And then can Connor Colby win a starting role at left guard along this offensive line, the 7th-round pick out of Iowa, who had a really good relative athletic score, was very consistent at Iowa, has a nasty streak to his game, is very tall, very physical, really good scheme fit. Can he unseat Ben Barch, Spencer Burford, Nick Sakel at that left guard position? Other OTAs players to watch. These players have been in the NFL, right? Christian McCaffrey. Niners need him to stay healthy. He can help in the red zone. He can help in short yardage. He can be the safety valve for Brock Purdy. He's one of the more dynamic, explosive, and overall best football players in the National Football League. This passing game, it's going to be reliant on Ricky Pearsall living up to those first-round expectations. Jacob Cowling, we saw some juice in the preseason last year. Can that translate to your sophomore campaign? Isaac Guerendo, 220 pounds, runs a 4.3. He's so dynamic. Can the game slow down a little bit, which could thus improve his vision? And then Jake Moody. You start missing some kicks, you will be on the hot seat, my guy. If you are ready for some Niners football, type LFG. This gets me pumped up, man. I hope it gets you pumped up as well. I kind of sound like John Gruden.